This next slide discusses the accountant's rule book. This is called GAAP, GAAP. It stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. The SEC is tasked with overseeing the financial sector. They made a board called the FASB, which stands for Financial Accounting Standards Board. This is the body of people who sets our rules, which are GAAP. Think of it like this. The FASB is a group of people who make the rules. GAAP is what we call the rules. Does every bookkeeper, business owner, and accountant have to follow these GAAP rules? Surprisingly, the answer is no. GAAP is only required for public companies in the United States. A public company is a company listed on the stock exchange. This means if you open your own little business selling trinkets online, you do not have to follow GAAP rules. However, in this course, you will learn the GAAP rules since it is required for all public companies. I have one more video to show you, which explains GAAP better than I could.
Imagine a world of streets without signs, or scales without numbers, or ballets without choreography. The result would be confusion, chaos, or worse. Rules help the world run more smoothly. The same is true for financial information. If companies, governments, or nonprofits just made up numbers to represent their revenues, profits, or spending, the result would be economic chaos. Investors wouldn't know where to invest. Citizens wouldn't know how their city, town, or state is using tax dollars. Donors couldn't judge the financial health of a charity, and employees wouldn't know if their retirement funds were secure. Fortunately, there are rules and guidelines that determine how to present financial information. In the US, these rules are known as GAAP, or Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. It's the playbook that companies, governments, nonprofits, and employee benefit plans must follow when presenting their financial information. GAAP supports the economy in many ways. First, GAAP provides concise, relevant financial data to global markets. That's because high-quality financial reports make it much easier to analyze the numbers and make informed decisions. Second, clear financial rules give lenders and investors greater confidence in the accuracy of financial reports, making it easier, faster, and less expensive to borrow money or secure financing. Third, GAAP makes it easy to compare numbers, both across time and across organizations. Investors and others can compare a company's performance this year with last year, or against other companies. And voters can understand if their state or town's finances are getting better or worse. GAAP financial reports make companies, governments, and other organizations more accountable for their financial performance. That spurs better management decisions and helps make the economy more efficient for everyone. Maintaining and improving GAAP has been the mission of the Financial Accounting Standards Board since 1973 and the Governmental Accounting Standards Board since 1984. Supported by the Financial Accounting Foundation, these standard-setting boards listen to investors and other stakeholders to understand how to make GAAP even stronger than it is today. Developed over decades, GAAP has stood the test of time, driving greater clarity in the world's largest capital market.
GAAP applies to what we do here in the United States. Currently, there is a board called the IASB, International Accounting Standards Board, which is in charge of overseeing international accounting rules. The international accounting rules are called IFRS, which stands for International Financial Reporting Standards. The IASB is equivalent to our FASB, and IFRS rules are equivalent to our GAAP rules. This is all in an effort to have one method of accounting for every country to follow. We would easily be able to compare a company like Ford, which is in the US, to Honda, which is a Japanese company, if their financials are presented in the same manner. Do we follow the international standards? No, we don't. We follow US GAAP. Currently, there are more than 100 countries that use the same system. Unfortunately, we are not one of them. If accounting becomes your major, you will most likely need to take an international accounting course or global accounting. It will go into detail the differences between our rules and the international ones. IFRS standards are also on the CPA exam. We are currently trying to converge. This means that we are trying to modify the GAAP rules to be more like the international rules, while the international rules are trying to modify their rules to become more like us, GAAP. We are hoping to meet somewhere in the middle, but that has not happened yet. In this course, you do not have to learn any of the international standards, but just to know that it's there and what we follow.